just, oh, that mine's over there?
Yes.
Is that mine? Thank you.
Mhm.
Boy, that honey is good, ain't it?
Mhm.
About one more minute, babe.
Okay.
Or two.
Having trouble over here.
I know, I noticed that. That's why. Buying time. You say one, babe.
You can go ahead. It's
No,
all
there's no rush.
It'll take me a while.
It's going to take you a while?
Maybe.
What's that for?
To sign into YouTube,
Bummer.
you're fine.
Everyone's here. I'm gonna probably start now. Three, two, one. Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank 26 YouTube videos. I call them UB2Bs. It's good to be with you. I promise I'm not going to keep you long. I won't. But I felt that there was a need for us to get together and maybe huddle. Let's huddle up, huh? Before we get started, it's important that I proclaim that this is a speculative investment. It's a speculative investment that has no date offered by us and has no rate offered by us. And we certainly are not trying to tell you things in our opinions so that you can go out there and do something stupid. Think twice before you do anything. Go to God in counsel. Stay in constant prayer before you make any decisions by yourself. Remember when you were just a tiny little child and you thought to yourself, uh-oh, should I do that or not? The only ones to answer to is mom and dad. They're the ones that would tell me, no, you can't do that, but I want to do that. And sometimes as adults, we need somebody to tell us, don't do that. And I believe that you can find that type of guidance in constant prayer. The Holy Spirit then talks to you and takes over where mom and dad did a very good job. Do not think that when you come here, the things that we tell you are the reasons for you to go out there and do something without thinking twice or thrice. So no rate, no date. Let's get this. Let's get this done. You've got to entertain them. We either turn this thing off.
We'll shut it off and restart it when you come back.
No, let it keep going. I'll tell you what. Why don't you play some music, family? Man, you know how long I'm late, ain't I? I milked it as long as I could. He now wants to talk. Yes. I got the clap. You talk amongst yourselves. Yes, sir. Shoot, I forgot my notes. Hold on. Hold on, sir. Hold on. thank God we gotta go. At least we can talk. So much for 30 minutes, huh? Let's see. Maybe I'll make it quick and get out of here, okay? But let's see. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being patient. I appreciate that. Well, family, yeah. We, ooh, deja vu, huh? Alrighty. I don't even know what I was telling you all when we were rudely interrupted by walking stick. Yesterday, my last words to you. Oh, we've already established everything is in my opinion. Okay. Yesterday, my last words to you were, I'm confident enough with what I believe in my opinion, in my study, to use it to lift your spirits. And I always ask you to take our study to God in prayer. And I ask you to do that every time. Complete the full cycle. I go to God in preparation for you. And when I'm done with you, you should go back to God and complete the cycle. What I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to talk to you and pick up on where we left off the last time that we were together. Last night, yesterday was the 14th. And if you remember, we said that in my opinion on the 14th, well, we told you what, sometime last week, that in my opinion, the banks in Iraq, the banks of the Central Bank of Iraq would have the lower dinars, the ones that are crucial, for the exchange rate to change. That's the reason why they're coming out, because they're removing 3 zeros. They've already removed 3 zeros from the streets, at least the best that they could, huh? They picked them up how? For you that are newbies, they picked up 3 zeros physically. Hey, bring me your 25K, bring me your 10,000, bring me your 5,000 citizens. I'll give you new 250s, 500s, and 1,000s, because you're going to use these. They're going to coexist with the lower notes we're about to give you. Oh, okay. And we expressed to you that, in my opinion, on the 14th yesterday, that we're going to do this. I thought it was kind of clever because on the 15th today is when the citizens gave the GOI up to the 15th of this month to change things and to give them what they demand. Their rights of the HC of the oil law, their purchasing power that they've been told about so much. All these things, these investors coming in. Where's my share? The citizens of Iraq are well educated, aren't they? They're as educated as you are. At least those that are close to the sources of information. Yes, in the rural areas, in the peripheral areas, way out, it's a little harder to get that message out to them. But on this day, we felt that they were going to do that, give the banks of Iraq the small category notes. And then tomorrow, the 15th, today, the 15th, GOI was supposed to get their act together and give the demands to the citizens. You didn't see that today, did you? What they did instead is that they added 10 more days and they told them, okay. Tell you what, you got until the 25th, says the citizens. Anything past the 25th, guess what? If you don't give us the reforms, we're going to tear your ears off. We're going to punch you in the nose, bruise your body, and bloody your nose. You got that? I find it interesting because they're being led by the holy man. The holy man is very, very well versed on the economic and the monetary reforms, wouldn't you say? When they had the elections, he actually won the prime minister position. Sostini, not Mahdi. Until the 25th. I found it interesting that, in my opinion, yesterday the banks would have received the lower dinams, and then today they were going to fix the GOI, CBI. Oh, okay, GOI. What a nice combination. May I present a different combination to you? Oh no! What? Frank is going to change. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. What's he doing? Teaching you, giving you his opinion. Do you want it or not? Yeah, we want it. Well, hold on a second before we continue our study. If I was a citizen, I'd rather have the 3-0 notes over the lower notes when the rate RIs, right? Wrong. Because inside of their country, a dinar is a dinar. It won't matter. But what if they had dinars outside the country when it reinstated at 1-to-1 in the country? Oh, well, those dinars are affected differently, aren't they? Yeah, what? Internationally, right? Yeah. The value of the dinar is calculated differently against another currency, right? Yeah. Fascinating. Okay. So, I hope I wanted to stop and clarify and make sure this person understood. Guess what? We're spinning. Yeah, even UB2B. We broke UB2B, Jen! We broke UB2B! I know, but we broke it for a second. That's cool. So, where are we? Why did you come tonight, Frank 26? I mean, come on, Frank 26. You should be in mourning. If last night's Monday Night Football game would have actually had professional referees, you would have won the game. Well, they call unsportsmanlike, but no, he was going for the ball. So there's a mistake. The interference, there's a mistake. No, that's a mistake. Again, that's a mistake. We could have scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 28 more points. Wow, that's amazing. And the referees took it away from my Detroit Lions, huh? It's just a game. It's not like it's cancer, you know what I mean? It's just a game. Alrighty. Why am I here? Why am I not in mourning instead of my Lions being treated so bad by the NFL referees? Because I want to talk to you about what happened yesterday, in my opinion. Would you like that? Now, I ask you because you're talking about everything else under the sun except for what I'm asking you. So I'm going to ask you, do you want me to give you my opinion about what happened yesterday? Because yesterday, y'all came looking, did the banks get the lower dinams? I said, can you be fair? It was just today. Let's wait until, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. What? If this was a soccer game, it would be different in Iraq. What was that about? You're saying yes. All righty, let's get to work. It's 8:20. How about if we finish about 8:45? I won't keep you long. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday it was of my opinion that the Iraqi lower dinams, the new ones that would require the rate change, the 1, the 5, the 10s, the ones that will be coexisting with the 250, 500, and 1,000 that they've already exchanged because they were worn and torn. It was of my opinion, of my team's opinion, that yesterday the banks would receive these, the banks in Iraq. Excuse me. The banks in Iraq. I've been waiting. I normally get on with you at 7 o'clock. I got on at 8 o'clock. I've been waiting to talk with our friend here. And what I want to do is tell you that what I want to do is I want to set this up as what if. What I want to do is share with you my opinion in a scenario of what if. What I want to do right now is help you understand the possibilities of this scenario, that what if what I'm about to tell you happened yesterday? Is that okay with you? Yesterday, in my opinion, what if the banks, let's talk about my friends' banks. What if they received a communication from the CBI? That would be good, wouldn't it? Yeah. Ding dong. Somebody's at the door. Go get it. Okay. Hi. Can I help you? Yeah, I'm the CBI courier. You FedEx? No. Camel Express. What do you want? I got something for you. Thank you. Sign here. Huh? Sign here. There you go. Thank you. What? You delivered. Go away. No tip? Tip. Tip. All right, here's a tip. Mary Lou. Mary Lou. Preakness. Yeah, Mary Lou Preakness, 5th race. That's a good tip. Now go away. And what if the banks in my friends' banks in Iraq got a notice from the CBI, and this is a possible scenario, and it said something to the degree that hey, this is your schedule. This is your schedule for disbursement. Oh, it's Arabic. This is my schedule for disbursement. Of what? What were you supposed to get today? Oh. You guys got a date? Yeah. You want me to disperse? Where are they? Stupid. We told you. Pictures and descriptions first. Okay. Fascinating. Alrighty. So, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, while y'all was asleep, in my opinion, it's possible that banks got information from the CBI telling them this is a schedule for disbursement of the lower notes. Are they listening, Jen?
Yeah, I just got rid of somebody that wasn't.
I know what. I know what. I'll just hold on a second. So I present to you, family, that the information that came might have come from a completely different format. Yeah, it's possible that maybe if it came in a different format, it's because it's not coming from the usual sources. This is from Mother, 2001 Space Odyssey. My God, it's full of stars. Mother, why a different format? Because this is your schedule for disbursement of the lower denums. Mother, where are the lower denums? CBI, where are the lower denums? So, in my opinion, the descriptions, you see, yesterday we spent so much time, and by the way, in our final article thread, you should go look. So, in our final article thread, it's been a long time. I finally added another article to it. You know which one? Well, the one we talked about yesterday. So, in our final article thread are what? Pictures of everything that we have been studying together for months. How many times did I say, look, hey, look, hey, Ali, hey, Eric, Abif, come here, look at this, what this? I don't know, ATM machines. No, what the whole, it's an electronic board, it's pretty, no? I like the lights, yeah. And as the months went, as the weeks and the months went by, oh, this, ATM machine, oh. What this? MasterCard, oh. What's this? Lower D, coin? No, no, pardon me, not the lower D, coins, they're coming back. Okay. Wow. and all of this, I mean, gee whiz. I mean, it just soaked in. These people are hungry. You know why? Because what's soaked in, they're demanding it. Oh yeah, you know. The biggest priority demand is get rid of those Iranian influence in our government. Yeah, you see, there was a little bit of pressure, and we talked about the pressure, didn't we, yesterday? We went down a list of about 12 things. President Trump was on top of that list, wasn't he? What's up, Saleh, at the UN? And right after that, boy, things have been moving fast, haven't they? Well, I think so. So, in my opinion, yesterday, maybe it's possible. I mean that information came to my friends' banks and said, it these are this is the date. What? You've been asking for it. Don't be so surprised. Why are you acting so surprised? I mean, like we didn't. You don't think we told you we're doing this. Shoot, we came out on television and we told everybody, I know. Lower Dinos. Hey. And then they fought. The next day we said, look. I wonder if they were filled with lower Dinos because I don't know, family. The only other possibility is that would they be filled with the coins? No, absolutely not. So what's the other possibility? Gold. Gold. Yeah, all righty. Why? It's the same thing as the currency of Iraq. Who said that? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, there's a waiting receipt. In my opinion, there's a waiting receipt from the CBI to the banks. I mean, what if that really was the case? Well, then, in my opinion, it's actually a schedule. It's actually, you should write this down. It's actually a time. It's actually a date. You just got three things, didn't you? In my opinion, it's a schedule, it's a time, it's a date. What's this? It's a schedule. What's on the schedule? It's a time. No, it's a date. Okay, it's a date. What's next to the date? A time. So the banks possibly, maybe, now have a schedule with a time of and a date exactly. Go. Let it soak in. Let it soak in. Think back. Go back and look at the other videos. UB2Bs. Put it together. Because this is just my opinion. I don't know what I'm talking about. My name is Foster Brooks. Yeah. I don't know anything. Yeah. A phase? Okay, I'll phase out. Yeah. So it's possible that a waiting receipt, which in my opinion would be kind of like a schedule, a time, or a date for the delivery of the lower denoms. I mean, what if? What if that was the case? What if my guess was correct? What if this, this what I call it, a receipt, whatever. What if that was delivered yesterday? What if it really was the date and the time in which the lower denoms would not only be delivered, but to be given to the citizens of Iraq? I'm just curious. Wait a minute. Hey, get back here. No, you didn't give me a tip. Did you take a shiny blue button? Yes. Okay, there you go. There's your tip. Let me ask you something. What? Was there anything more attached to this? You got anything more in that bag? Let me see. Oh yes, I got more here. Well, for crying out loud, you're supposed to deliver it all to me. What you got? What kind of tip you got for me? Oh God. Frank 26 got cookies for you. Okay. Okay, I'll give him to give you cookies. What else you got in there? Let me have it. Well, I'll be darned. Well, I'll be darned. So this one would have possibilities in a scenario, a schedule, a time, and a date for the lower denoms to be delivered. To be delivered to the banks? Y'all didn't even get them yesterday? This is what you got? But this is when you're going to get them, huh? And over here it says, my goodness gracious, that's exactly what they did last week. They said that a week later they would arrive at the bank, which was yesterday. So in another, okay, in my opinion. Oh, that would be what, the weekend, wouldn't it? That's not how I think about it. So, yeah, this is very interesting. This is very interesting. So you all got information that next week you'll get them, and on that same, and you also have a date of when to if y'all going to get these when I think you are, and you know the date and the time, this thing is time stamped. This is official, in my opinion. In my dream, that's all this is. I have no idea I mean, this is just a possibility, right? Isn't that what we said? A scenario, right? A scenario, right? There you go. Yeah, I haven't got the slightest clue of what's going on here. I'll bet you anything. If it's time stamped in my dream, I saw that they stamped it and like, whoa, what date is that? I don't know, I can't see it. What time is that? I don't know, I can't see it. Is there a date for the disbursement to the citizens by any chance? Yes, there is. Okay. That's a heck of a dream, ain't it? That's a heck of an opinion, to be honest with you. The disbursement to the citizens, in my opinion, family, also has a date in mind. But here's the problem. This is just my opinion. And because it's just an opinion, there's nothing that I can offer you that's solid to back it up. So why don't you wait a week? How's that? How's that? How's that? Why don't you wait a week to see if my scenario has any possibility? I don't know nothing. Oh my gosh! You see, this is, and sincerely and truly now, this whole opinion of mine tonight is under the what if categories. It's a scenario presented to you. It's an example. It's a possibility. That's all it is, family. That's all it is. Old timers, you know what I'm doing, don't you? Now, I want to talk to you for a long time, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Before I tell you the last thing I want to tell you, admins of KTFA, some of you I have asked to answer phone calls for Tink and I. Some of you I have burdened you with our load. We are the founders. We are responsible. You guys pitch in and help when you can, and we humbly appreciate it. And some of you go the extra mile and you say, what can I do for you, Frank and Tink? Or Tink and Frank? And in the last 2 months, I guess, since we've been back from the islands, I have told some of our admins, help me. Help me and Tink. We're drowning. We did not know that we would create such a demand. But we've gone to God in prayer, and we understand that it's not about us. It's about this blessing. You see, if we weren't doing what we were doing right now, there'd be a lot of people that would be lost, hurting, scared, give up. I had a call from a man today, and he says to me, Frank, I would have given up a long time ago, years ago, if I hadn't have been listening to you, and what you tell me makes sense. Frank, I haven't worked in 3 years. And we're this close to losing our home. But my life insurance is good. have to kill myself, I will, so that my family will be well. What? What type of mentality is this? So I tell the individual, let me tell you something. My mother killed herself with a gun that was supposed to protect her because the doctors gave her Oxycontin for about 8 months. They didn't care about my mother. They cared about their pocket. They knew what it was doing to her because she would tell them, I go to movies and I don't even know what I watched when I came out. Oh, you're okay, you're okay, you're okay. But I hear things and I don't know what to do. Well, we'll lighten it up, you know. It can really depress you, woman. So I tell this man, sir, don't leave your family with the same type of pain that I was left with. Don't do something like that. Go to God in prayer. Go to God in prayer. Lean on the everlasting cross. Don't lean on this investment. Don't lie to yourself. If you can afford to be in this investment, be in this investment. If you cannot financially afford to be in this investment, do not be in this investment. If you have to sell your home, you have to sell your car, you have to sell whatever it is. Jan and I, 15 years ago, when we were... Some of you know my story of how I ended up here. My father was a prisoner of war, and he developed bipolarism, and we lost everything because of my father. So I'm telling you, folks, I'm telling you, don't be irresponsible. If you can afford to be in this investment, be in this investment. If you cannot afford to be in it and you are playing games with yourself, your family, and God, don't do that. So, KTFA admins, those of you that I gave phone numbers to answer of other people that were calling us and crying and telling us all kinds of things that left us shell-shocked. I mean, how can we help these masses? KTFA admins, if you are having any problems with anybody that's calling you, block their phone number. Block their phone number from your phone and don't answer them no more. And the reason why is because they're milking you of your sympathy, of your agape love. Oh, you're a Christian. You should listen to me because I want to complain. I want to yell. I want to scream. You know what you should do? Grow up and do the right thing. That should have hit like about 50-something people, ain't it, Tink? That should have really hit those that need to hear those words from the one you call your friend, Frank. Or Dan and Frank. Look, the key to tonight, yesterday I thought was a great, wasn't it? I thought it was a great conference call that we had. Put it up. Thank you. I thought we had a great conference call yesterday, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. The latest information that we gave. I mean, for crying out loud, what have we been saying? What was that? Did you see that? It stopped. It froze.
Yeah, and it got kind of blurry. Now it's okay.
What have we been saying that we're looking for?
Cookies.
Pictures, yeah. Pictures and descriptions. Exactly the way we told you. I was just devastated last night. I get calls from our staff, and you're not going to believe this. This morning, I get calls and emails from our staff. People telling me that there's someone complaining inside of our form. Get rid of them. They've been with us for a while. Then they should know better. Get rid of them. I told you, if you and me and my wife were in a boat and you fell over and my wife fell over and you were both drowning, trust me, I would reach for my wife. But at the same time, I would reach for you with my other arm. But in the scenario that we're in right now, this is a time in which one should be on their knees giving thanks, not on their feet complaining. Now, this is what I want you to understand about tonight. The walking stick. The man is sometimes you have to compare. Sometimes you have to be fair. Is what you want really a necessity to live? My friend Walking Stick is just trying to live. He's trying to take the next breath. And yet he calls me. You know what he said? I signed in, Frank. I went in and I told him to tell you I need you quick. And then I signed out quickly. I said, why did you do that, sir? I mean, because, Frank, I can't read. I'm using a magnifying glass now. That's what a soldier does. That's what a soldier does. He serves. He serves his country. He serves mankind. Regardless. You do not abandon your post. You don't call and complain. You know what I mean? You don't send oh my gosh. Well, I gave my word. I'm not talking about any more. Can I say the name? No. I ain't talking about no more caca. About any of that. Anyways, come here. Let's end this call tonight by telling you the following that Walking Stick wants you to know. Hoorah. He says, Frank, tell your family. I said, they're your family too. And he says, I appreciate that. He said, tell your family. The key here in tonight's UB2B sharing of our opinion, of our thoughts, is that the big opinion here is that, in my opinion, they have a date. They have a date. And they have a time. To deliver the lower denoms. Yesterday, they delivered a receipt. With all this information. In my opinion, it would be nice if that's what had happened. Because I don't have any way of proving if it did or not happened. But the thing for tonight as you say goodbye, as the screen fades into black, just remember that in my opinion, this scenario, this possibility that I'm presenting to you is that it contains a date and it contains a time when to deliver to the banks. And then on top of that, it also has when to deliver it to the citizens. And in my opinion, maybe we should look at this next week. And in my opinion, if that's the case, then between now and, I don't know, next week, we're going to see the rest. The only thing that was missing from yesterday's pictures and descriptions, what was that? The lower denums and all that description about them. Yeah, I can't prove it to you. I'm not going to try to go out of my way to prove it to you. Oh, these gurus are always calling it, aren't they? Yeah, it happened last Thursday. Oh, during the solstice. Yeah, during a rare blue moon eclipse. Yeah. How do you know that? My left foot was itching. You sure it wasn't your fungus? Could have been. But, hey, last time that happened, I was spot on. I was correct. About what? Well, I predicted that my right foot was going to itch. I was correct. Can I go to that extreme? Can I do that instead? Huh? Hey, Pamela, yesterday I think. But I just told you that, in my opinion, if all of this possibilities and scenarios is true, that they have a date and a time to deliver to within, let's say, 7, whatever, then maybe they also have a time and a date to dispense them to the citizens. So between now and whenever they do that, probably within about, 7-11, yeah. Yeah, we should see those pictures and descriptions. Have you seen the pictures and the descriptions of the lower notes yet? Does anybody want to bet me that you're going to see them in the next week or so? Does anybody want to bet me? I'm sure. Of course, we got one already. I'll bet you. How much? 50 cents. No. Alrighty, I'm done. Se acabó todo, ya acabé, ya me voy. Ya no quiero decir nada más. Ustedes piensen en lo que te dije. Y si te gusta, está bien. Y si no te gusta, tíralo a la basura. A mí no me importa. That was actually on purpose. In fact, give me just 2 more minutes. Para los que hablan español, ¿es posible en mi pensamiento que los bancos de CBE tienen CBI tienen la información de la fecha, del tiempo? Cuando van a llegar esta coherencia a los bancos. Y también, para acabarlo en mi pensamiento, mi opinión, yo creo que también tienen la fecha, el tiempo, cuando los van a dar a la gente de Irak. Así es que lo que buscamos entre hoy y que vamos a decir una semana, algo así, en mi opinión. ¿Buscamos qué? Lo que no vimos ayer. Lo que no vimos ayer. El último foto y la descripción de la coherencia chiquita. Vamos a ver si eso es lo que ocurre en esta semana que viene. Y si no, seguimos estudiando, okay? And what I just did was to give a summary in Spanish. My father was a minister for 22 years until he retired from that. My father would preach. We'd go to churches all over the place. When I was dating my wife, she was 16 years old when I met her. You went to a lot of churches with me, didn't you, Tank?
Yep, lots of them.
My dad preached at a lot of churches, and I translated into English. And I sang, didn't I? I can barely hear you, but I think you said yes to both of those. I'll leave you. We got 5 till 9. I'll leave you with this. Ask a question. Ask me a question. Ask me a question. Let me see if I can find a question. Oh, look at Ricardo Paton. He's saying, Vaya con Dios, Frank. May you go with God too. You ever notice that in Spanish when we say adios, goodbye, it's 2 words. A is 2. Dios is God. We're sending you to God when we say goodbye. Adios, to God. Go. But when we see you, we say, hello. How about Firefly's report? How about tomorrow? Should we expect... Oh, wait a minute, stop it. Should we expect anything... Should we expect any more info this week? Don't you get information, Dean, from me every day? Every day, don't you? Well, no, you took 3 days off last week, Frank. I'm sorry. Daniel Mestre, muchas bendiciones, Frank. Espero conocerle un día. It would be an honor to meet you, no doubt. How long is the waiting period? Where were you? I already gave you, I answered that in 3 different ways. They're not happy the way I did it. So, how long is the waiting? Okay.
How many cookies are in your kitchen?
How many cookies in my kitchen right now? 1,147. 1,147. Right there, you see? You can see them. I got them. They're all stacked up. 1,147. Now, watch somebody say, did you hear that? He gave a rate. Here's the Alora. How are you? How are you, sir? I'm okay. I pray the same for you. Have you seen the lower photos? How is Sunday looking since that starts the business week? How hot is Sunday? Gerard. Jan, they didn't listen.
I did.
Look, I know you did. Look at that. 2 questions, and the answers were... I mean, I stabbed those answers into tonight's UB2B. How is Firefly? Not happy. Not happy. Not happy. He was positive because he was able to keep up with us. Maybe he's going to catch up with us now. But still, it don't matter what I tell him. He's seeing his friends die. He's seeing the government being stubborn and refusing to give. He's giving them chump change. 20th is my birthday already. He said all are in English. Lower denominations equal. What? Lower denominations equals rate. I understand that. Muchas gracias, Frank. Y equipo por todo lo que recibimos de ustedes. You're welcome. I love who this says, Charlie. Do you think that it will go past October? Don't give dates. The White Devil? Really? Couldn't you just call yourself the White Knight? The White Horse? The White Snowflake? The White Teeth? But the White Devil? If you remember my form, you're never going to see the name Lucifer in my form. Now, we call him the devil or Satan. Mainly we call him L. Just L. We never call him Lucifer because actually Lucifer's a beautiful name. It was the name of an angel until he screwed it up. But I don't know, man. Think about changing your name. Alrighty, let's see. Wow, what was that? That is cool. Adios, Frank. Same in Portuguese. Oh, usted habla en portugués. Yo no capicho. You see, I tear it up. No, no, I can't do Portuguese. Hey, Portuguese or Portuguese. That would be South America. Were you from Brazil? Wow, I can do that. Mamba, bum, dum, dum, bum. Anyways, who else? Oh my goodness, we're getting things deleted here left and right, aren't we? I'll bet no, that's not it either. Okay, thank you. Nobody's asking questions. Here we go. Here we go. Jerry says, "Do you think that the lower denoms will be delivered to the citizens in 7 days?" Oh. Meow. Hey, I don't want him to feel bad. Jerry, Jerry, hit rewind and hit play and see if you can find your answer. You'll find it 5, 6 times. There is how many cookies are in your kitchen? A whole bunch. Will you tell us about your humanitarian projects? Yes, Angela, but not tonight. They're kind of long, and I'd rather tell you all the things that we want to do at KTFA. We have 12 admins. On purpose, of course. We had to get rid of one. Isn't that interesting? We brought another one in 13th, but that's interesting. I never thought about that. But they will be the committee of 12, and they will answer to the team of 7. What, Beth?
Dave, fun question. Do you have pants to all your suits?
Yeah. I also got underwear. Want to see? No, can't do it, team?
No.
No, TMI? No, can't show you. It's polka dotted plaid. It's a weird combination. It's polka dot and then it's plaid. It's fuchsia pink. No. What can the gold coin be? What can the gold coins be issued alongside the new notes? I think you mean why. Because they want to slowly introduce the new currency to them. And the first thing to do is to show them something familiar. The 250, 500, and 1,000 stays, and they're small enough to work with the new exchange rate. Start out with the ones that will coexist, the 1, 5, 10s, the ones that they use. The coins can come in later, much later, because in all honesty, it is the fills that will follow. The fills will come after the small notes, and then the coins will come later. Somewhere in that process, the ATMs will actually dispense gold to the citizens. It can be dispensed in coins. It will be dispensed in kind of like a form of jewelry, in little bars or little nuggets. The Middle East just loves gold. Actually, they just like shiny things. Yeah. Shine your head for a nickel, mister. Don't look at me that way. All righty, Frank. So this surely has to transport. What? Oh, I lost it. Wow, it's gone. What happened? It won't scroll back up. It said, oh, well, it doesn't matter. Here's someone speaking in Spanish. And kitchen? Oh, tienda online. He's got a store online. That's cute. Frank, en el momento del RI, es mejor estar en un OS solo mismo que estar located in Colombia. English and Spanish. Spanglish. You know what? We do that a lot. Like, for example, what's the one you got the biggest kick out of?
Washitaria.
Washitaria.
Makes no laughs.
Mixnoliasa, the place where you wash your foods, wash your clothes. It's called. We call it what do you call it?
Laundromat.
Yeah, laundromat, but in Spanish, it's not the washing machine place. It's the washeria. The washeria. So we make up words, man. It don't make no, never mind. Let's see. Next one. James Murray. Why doesn't the NFL want the Lions to win? Mainly because of their history. They're losers. There's no respect. Throw four fouls. I mean, they're so blatant. It's so obvious. What are you doing, ref? Uh, I don't know. I'm just, I'm so used to throwing flags against the Lions and the Green Bay. I'm always so used to seeing them touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. So I'm just, by impulse, I'm sorry, until the Lions, grow up. No more pussycats, and someday they will be Lions, and I'll throw flags against the other team. How's that, huh? Yeah, whatever. I like this one. There's no need for questions. The proof is in the cookie. I'm happy any time you come on and talk. Oh, thank you, sure, something, sure. I don't see any questions. Do you, babe?
No, somebody has a question. They keep putting, I think they're being removed.
Did that receipt that you pretended to know about, Frank, also includes the new exchange rate and or the calculated chart? No, no. Good question. No, no. Good question.
This guy, Mr. Ducat, has asked this about
Okay,
100 times.
Okay, go ahead and answer it.
100 times.
100 times?
Didn't Kuwait have issues when they revalued?
Didn't Kuwait have issues when they revalued? Yeah, there was a big epidemic of skin rash. Yeah, I think it came from riding the camels too much. Here's the difficulty with Kuwait. They just didn't really follow the pattern that was set to them by the IMF and the World Bank, let alone the BIS. So what they do? Hey, guys, just revalue back at the rate that you were before. No. What do you mean no? We're going to throw it out there and it's going to really float. In fact, to tell you what, let's start it at about $10. What? About $9. No, 8. No, stop it. Well, we want to do it high. So they threw it out there. I don't even remember the amount. It was ridiculous. It was probably twice the amount that it originally was. And it grew within about a week, what was it, like $15, $16 for each Kuwait dinar? No! Mathematically, that they could, but no. No, it looks too ugly in the books, and it just did. And what other country has that kind of value around you? Stupid. So they brought it back down about within that month, I think. And then they managed it in the float and brought it to I think it was around 344 where they stabilized. That's what happened to Kuwait. No further questions needed. You told us everything. Now get out of here, Frank. Okay. It's time to go, Frank. Jan, they telling me to get out of here. Frank 26. Once they are in country, how long till it goes internationally so that we can here in the United States exchange like that? The moment that good question, the moment, a newbie question, this is something everyone pretty well knows, but it's a good question. The moment that the CBI changes the numbers on their exchange rate, yes, it affects the rate inside of the country, and they were going to be pegged to the American dollar as far as we know. But it then also triggers it on NASDAQ. That's why we've been talking so much about it. On New York Stock Exchange, all the world's exchanges. This currency is so brand new. I mean, this currency is a virgin. Everybody wants a virgin. And man, they'll buy her everything and anything that she wants. Just give me some kisses. The Iraqi, look what happened to the Kuwait dinar. Everybody was salivating for her. So the moment that they change it, it's because they're able to. Article 8, international, no more sanctions of the UN. Then the world will get it. They'll get it. And you better know when to hold them, and you better know when to fold them, because that's the part where I will no longer be with you. What did they say about us? No,
Love us?
no, they said something about me and you. Anyways, it's gone. The questions are now going so fast I can't keep up with them. Oh, it's already 10 after, guys. We should stop. How about real quick, just one more. I read between the lines, even though I'm not. What? I wish people use the same respect for calling the name of G blank D. I understand we're not supposed to say the name, but you see, God is not his name. A lot of people go to forms of exaggeration. Oh my goodness! Oh, taboo! Oh, it's too holy! No, no, get away from me! You're sinful. Come on, man. Well, why? You should just put a G, a underscore, and a D. Why? Because you shouldn't say God's name completely. That's not even his name. It is a noun describing an entity that we worship. I don't know God's name. If I knew God's name, it would blow my mind apart. I don't want to know God's name. Someday he'll tell me. Anyways, Portuguese, first gym here in U.S. Okay, swimmers. Are more ATMs going into the banks? There's millions of them. As soon as they can disperse the small notes, then we will have exchange currency. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the notes. They'll change the rate first and then the notes. Be careful. Don't look for the notes. You're looking only for the rate to change. If the notes come out when the rate changes, that's great. That's the other scenario we gave you. How about the star, Frank? It's about that far off. I just want to say thank you. I just called to say, what's the word? I love you. The Democrats, don't get me started. Debate isn't going well. Really? That's where everybody's. How many people we got? Whoa, 1,700. That ain't bad. What do you think about that, Kaka? Huh?
He just left it, went to 16.99.
Oh, we lost one. There he goes. Bye bye. I didn't say his name.
That went back up.
Don't look at me that way. Okay. Anyways, I think magician. We've already answered that. Once the RI in country, how long till it goes international, like that? Can we exchange as soon as the rate appears, like that? But why would? Well, I'm sorry. That's up to you. I can't give you no advice. I'm sorry. Come on. He will not give you any absolute what date or rate. That's right, Laura. You tell him, Laura. You tell him. You be my bulldog. Oh, somebody from Hungary. Look, Jan. I can't read that. Borgish, borgish, boogie, boogie. I can't read that. Look at somebody from Mexico. Oh, that's so good. Anyways, there it is again. Really, magician? As soon as they can distribute, they're Sully again. Oh, wait a minute, that's a question. As soon as they can distribute small notes, then will we have exchangeable currency? You have exchangeable currency right now. You just won't get much for it. But that's not the question. You see, your question was wrong. Yeah, you can exchange as soon as those small notes are out. That means the rate changed. Got it?
God's first name is Howard. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Howard be thy name. Remember the one guy that said his name is Andy? Why do you think God's name is Andy? Because every Sunday I'd go to church and we would be singing to God and we would be calling him by his name. What you mean you calling God by his name? You can't. What? What do you do? Well, what kind of singing? Well, we would sit there and we would praise the Lord and we would sing hymns and we would say, and he walks with me and he talks with me and he tells me I am his own. Andy, Andy. You get it? All right, I'm losing them, Dan. Time to go. Let's go watch what is it? The Democrats? The Democrats. Gosh, I can't believe these guys. That Schiffler guy, that Schiffler. Oh my word! I would love to be locked up in a room with him for 5 minutes. One is fine. You know what? 15 seconds. Yeah, 12. Actually, 7 seconds now that I think about it. I would love to just smack that smirk off his face. It doesn't matter what he does. He can be sitting there eating food, and he's like, he's talking to you, and doesn't that smirk ever go away? He sleeps that way. He probably sits on the toilet that way. I mean, this guy, he irritates me so much because everything he says is just not true. It's all lies. It's illogical. I mean, it's just. And then MSNBC, is that the one? MS. Oh, you all should be ashamed of yourselves. Your broadcasting is deplorable. It is despicable. It is ugly. You gotta be totally Democrats. That's the only thing I can think of. Fox, I've cut you down, but allow me to put a little bravo because I guess y'all got the something scared out of you. You know, your head boss meets with a government official. Next thing you know, your head boss fires what's his name? The guy that also irritated me. Anyways, I better shut up. Time to go. This 144 magician just won't give up. He's either being a pain in the ocole or trying to be comical, that's all. Well, family, I leave you in peace. Wait a minute. Zenopec, I like him. Do you know we love you, Frank? I've learned that. I have learned that there are people that care for Jan and I. And Tink, were we going to do a UB2B tonight?
No.
And I delayed, and then the next thing I know, we get a ping, and I look at it, and I see it, and I'm like, wow. Tink, we may have to do one. So we did. But I had no intentions of being with y'all tonight. And God said, Frank, look here, son. Ain't got nothing to do with you. It's got to do with them. You see, they've been praying to me. They don't pray to you, Frank. They've been praying to me. Yes, sir. So, if you don't mind, Frank, I mean, if it's too much a burden, just let me know. What, sir? I need for you to help them. Yes, sir. I was raised military-wise. I didn't get to serve, but I believe I did. 22 years. I lost my sister in Germany, in Kaiserslautern, when we were stationed there in Wiesbaden, Germany. 3 years serving. My father, intelligence. One day, I'll leave you with this story. My word of honor. I say goodbye. One day, I was sitting in first grade. And the teacher, on my right, she didn't like me because I was American. And two MPs come in. And they just stood at attention, and they told the lady, we're looking for Francisco Villa. And man, right away, she's like, right there. I look up at them and they said, "Come with us, son." And I look up at them, and my father always told me, he says, "These are the things you look for." So I looked for them. I mean, I was a little kid. I was 4 years old. Yeah, we arrived in Germany. I was 4 years old. There was no preschool. There was no kindergarten. So they threw me in with the 5 and 6 year olds. I was and I spoke Spanish and I spoke German, but I didn't speak English. Uh, they kicked me out of school. I came back about a week later. I had enough command, hello, goodbye, up yours, important things. But the MPs, I looked and I inspected them. I remember, my brain remembers. And I said, okay. So I went with them. My next memory is a long blue bus, this long blue bus. And I get into the blue bus because they tell me, your mother's in there, son. And she was on the left-hand side of the bus, way in the back. And I run to her. There were other mothers and they were all women with children. And we were taken by this bus to an area. I wouldn't even know where it's, I have no idea, it's military, but it was a mound. It reminded me of the day the earth stood still. Clap, two, black, two. Remember that robot when he stood next to that UFO? It was shaped kind of like a funny mound. And we went in. There was a small opening, slit, literally going into the mountain. And we went up these stairs, and I remember looking down as we were going up, and I thought it was a pool table. I thought, oh, that's cool. Because I see them with long sticks, and there was this big table. And then I see a guy on a ladder on a glass wall, and I'm like, oh, we're going to play. We went up the stairs, and I remember we were in the second to the last room on the right side, because when I had to go to the bathroom, it was right across the hall, and it was right there. We stayed in there for almost 3 days until they released us. And when they released us, all the mothers and children came out, and there was my dad, and I would run up to him. He was my hero, in his beautiful blue suit, all of his ribbons, and I jump on him, and Mom hugs him, and I had no idea. I was just glad to see my dad. But later, much later, when I was a junior in high school, here in Toledo, Ohio, at a school called Bowser High School, I was a junior. I was 15 years old, a junior, 15 years old, because I had started school so early. And we were reading, it was a history class, and the teacher was such a bore. Such a bore. He's like, okay, open your books and turn to page 128 and just read. Oh, okay. So as I'm reading, this was back in 1960 something. Oh, and Khrushchev got mad at Kennedy, and Kennedy said, well, you take those missiles out of the Cuban area here, or we're going to go to war. And Khrushchev says, well, up yours, let's do it. And next thing we know is we went to DEFCON 1, and holy cow, they rounded up all the families in the European theater. Dad was in intelligence, so we were first priority, and they took us and they put us in these caves for almost 3 days until the all clear was given. And I remember I was reading it and then it said, and it became the Bay of Pigs, and it was something else they called it, Bay of Pigs and the Cuban Missile Crisis, I think it was. And as I was reading it, it all looked familiar to me, and I'm reading it, and I'm like, hey! And I scared everybody. Like, what? Hey! And I told the teacher, I said, hey, there's been there, done that. Been there, bro, done that. And he goes, what? This Bay of Pigs stuff, whatever this is. I was there. Yeah, whatever. Up yours. So, yeah, been there, done that, huh? It's amazing. Alrighty, now we definitely we leave you in peace. God bless you. May God bless you, your family, your home, and all that you do. May you be a blessing to others. Thank you kindly for being with us, and we'll be with you. I don't know when.
Tomorrow we have our Wednesday call.
Hey, why don't we ask Will to come on our Wednesday call in here like Delta did? Yeah, in fact, Delta said that he would be willing to come in tomorrow and talk because did you see what Delta found? You did see it on our. You're not a member of our form? What post number was that with Delta? Do you remember, Tink? Oh, let's see if we can find it very quickly here. Yeah, you need to be a member of my forum. It's called ktfalways.com. Go there, front page, whatever, and sign up. It's free. It's free. Then, whoa, where is Claire? I think I lost it.
Oh.
No, seriously? Oh, there she is. Oh my gosh, this is going to take forever just to find it. Did you see that the IFC, the International Finance Corporation, what they did with the Iraqi banks today? Wow. Anyways, let me see if I can go
You're
all.
not talking about the 109 from 2 days ago.
No, that's no.
That's right. Okay,
No, hold on. I'll get it. It's
Post
way.
number 11 on the new thread, she said.
I think. Oh, is it?
Yes.
What's it say?
Post number 11 on the new thread.
Honey, what does the
Oh, I
post
don't know.
say?
I'm not in there.
Okay, there it is. Okay. Oh my word. Yeah. And then look at we even have what he posted. Hold on. Seriously? Here. This is what you're looking for. Go to post number 11. Go read this. This is what Delta found. He did a good job. I'm very proud of him. About the International Finance Corporation. Like they can't find any other way to tell you that they are international, that they are Article 8, that they are doing what they're doing. So let's say goodbye. Y'all take care of each other. I stayed 25 minutes more than I should have. God bless you. Aloha. Aloha Nakai. Ahui ho, maybe tomorrow. And if not, we'll see you when we see you. Okay? Take care.